my agreement to the statements made by our colleagues. I think it's a big concern for all of us when it comes to security. And unfortunately, Mr. President, I was just informed in this plenary. Some of us, the minority leaders, saying he found out about this information in the media. It's very important information that we should all be aware. And I think, Mr. President, that's not something that we would have to do extra effort to convey this information. I hope that all of us would agree that this is not acceptable, Mr. President. So we hope that this would be the last time that we're going to hear this kind of information na sa public o sa media pa natin na maririnig, Mr. President. We have a lot of experts here, Mr. President. We have the former PNP chief. We have a lot of experts also here in this August chamber who knows how to deal with these situations, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Villanueva. Yes, Senator Zubiri.
I bring this up, the topic up, Mr. President, not of course to stress the Sergeant at Arms, because the Sergeant at Arms, General Angkan, is his reputation is unquestionable. He's risked his life for God and country, and as a matter of fact, near-death experience. It's just that we'd like to take extra precautions because we'll never know, especially nangyari na po to sa House of Representatives. Ako po first term senator dito, 2007, yung nangyari kay Akbar. I think, if I'm not mistaken, former Governor Akbar namatay sa doon. As a matter of fact, recently in Russia, kamamatay lang ng general nila. Motorsiklo din ang ginamit at bago pumasok sa building ay sumabog. Yung akin lang, Mr. President, maybe during my time as former Senate President, we did a modernization program for the OSAA. Sana po ma-follow up na natin yung budget para sa kanila. Maybe we can put X-rays also for, kasi pagpasok po ng kotse ng mga VIPs, pumapasok din tayo ng mga gamit doon. Baka pwede din malagyan ng X-ray machine sa area na yan, madadagdagan ng budget ng OSAA. And I also was told that the PNP was moved out. No? Wala na po tayong Marines or PNP dito sa building. It's only OSAA. Pati yung OSAA pinalipat sa ibang building. It may be more prudent that we have them here in their building so that if there's any untoward incidents, makareact agad sila, sir. Hindi po tayo maiwan sa kangkungan. Yun lamang po, because I would like to defend the OSAA. These guys are the best as far as I'm concerned. Pero yung nga lang, maybe we should have a standard operating procedure para hindi maulit ito. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Zubiri. I think there's nothing to worry about since the head of the OSA, General Khan, has already intimated to me that they have done their job. They went around the building and they deactivated their sniffing dogs. At wala naman daw sila nakita. Yes, Senator De La Rosa.
Mr. President, I don't want to mean that I'm pointing fingers. I just throw a suggestion na kung pwede lang. Yun lang.
Yes, yes.
General Angkan is a very snappy Sergeant at Arms, Mr. President. Don't take this issue against him. Please.
And in fact, you were
Very reliable officer yan, Mr. President.
in fact you were the one who recommended General
Yes,
Khan to the
Mr.
Senate,
President.
right?
Yes. He saved my life. He took a bullet for me, Mr. President, in Compostela Valley Province. He took a bullet for me, literally. Kaya, please don't take this against him. My suggestion only for
Nobody's
everyone's
taking it against
safety and security. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator De La Rosa.
Mr. President, yung bomba nung isang araw, baka yun yung Viva Max mo. Yun na yun, yung Viva Max mo na speech.
Oh, okay, Majority Leader.
Mr. President, again, I move that we resume consideration of Senate Bill number 2837 under Committee Report number 331. This is the bill extending the term of the Power Sector Assets and Liabilities Management Corporation. And so move, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, resumption of consideration of Senate Bill number 2837 under Committee Report 331 is now in order.
Mr. President, uh, there being no other member who wishes to interpolate, I move to close the period of interpolation. Up,
I'm listed as one of the operator.
Oh,
I retract my previous statement, Mr. President. I move that we recognize the
Maybe-
sponsor of the measure.
you can move to open the
Mr.
period. of-
President, yeah, Mr. President, I was just informed by the sponsor that they will introduce an amendment, I think a committee amendments, before we will be given a clean copy so that the basis for our interpellation would be now based on the new committee report. Is that
Yes.
correct? If that's the case, Mr. President, I don't have any problems with that. And I would just like to put on record that I will still interpolate after the amendments.
Yes, without prejudice, to
Without
ask
prejudice to
questions during
my
the
questions,
period
Mr.
of
President. Thank you
amendment.
very much, Mr. President. Thank you.
Okay.
And sorry for the interruption. I was just informed right now, Mr. President. Thank you.
Again, Mr. President, we close the period of interpellation without prejudice to the questions to be propounded on the amended copy to be furnished the members of this chamber. So move, Mr. President.
Is there an objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Mr. President, I move that we suspend consideration of Senate Bill number 2837.
Any objection? There being none, motion is approved.
1 minute suspension, Mr. President.
Session suspended.
I retract my previous motion, Mr. President. I move to recognize the sponsor of the measure, Senator Mark Villar.
Senator Mark Villar is recognized.
Yes, Mr. President, I'd like to propose an amendment on page 1, line 11.
Before
Sorry.
that, can you please move to open the period of amendments?
Yes,
Majority
we've done that, Mr. President. And I now move to recognize the sponsor of the measure, Senator Mark Villar.
All right. Senator Mark Villar is recognized.
Mr. President, I'd like to propose an amendment on page 1, line 11. After the word another, delete the entire phrase beginning from the word 25 up to the word that on page 2, line 7, and replace it with 5 years from the expiration of its original term on June 26, 2026. On line 7, capitalize letter A in the word all, and on line 9, after the word and, delete the word to. The provision shall now read as follows. The PISAM Corp shall exist for a period of 25 years from the effectivity of this act and shall be extended for another 5 years from the expiration of its original term on June 26, 2026. All assets held by it, all monies and properties belonging to it, and all its liabilities outstanding upon the expiration of its term of existence shall revert to and be assumed by the national government.
So moved. Is that all?
That is all. That is all.
Any objection? There being none, amendments approved.
That is all. That is all my amendment.
Majority Leader,
Mr. President, I move that we suspend consideration of Senate Bill number 283. 283.
before that, I see Senator Pia Cayetano raising her hand.
We're just suspending it. We're just suspending it. We're not closing it. Right there. It's up to you.
Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. President, pending the printing and submission of the clean copy of the measure, I move that we suspend consideration of Senate Bill number 2837. So move, Mr. President.
Is there an objection? There being none, the motion is approved.
Mr. President, I move that we resume consideration of House Bill number 10926 under Committee Report number 427. This is the bill on the renewal of the Meralco franchise. I so move, Mr. President.
There being none, the resumption of consideration of House Bill number 10926 under Committee Report 427 is now in order.
Mr. President, I move to resume the period of interpellation, recognize the sponsor to defend the measure, Senator Joel Villanueva.
May I know who is going to interpolate? Senator Joel Villanueva is recognized as a sponsor of the bill. And who is going to interpolate?
1 minute suspension.
Ready,
Session,
ready, Your Honor.
session suspended.
Mr. President. I remember, Mr. President, during the technical working group, including this representation, asked that question as to whether or not Meralco is also involved or engaged in power generation, Mr. President. And the answer that was given to us, Mr. President, if I recall, was in the negative, Mr. President, as a distribution utility. They do not directly engage in power generation. However, Mr. President, even during the technical working group meeting, Mr. President, Meralco's wholly owned subsidiary, and this came out during the TWG, yung Meralco Power Gen Corporation, which is a separate legal entity, they operate as a power generation sector. Meralco's investment in MGen is, as we were told during the hearing, is still within the limits of contracting with affiliated firms set forth by our IPIRA law, or to be exact, Mr. President, the 50% limit of the distribution utility total demand. And in 2024, Meralco's actual captive peak demand totaled 6,759 megawatts, Mr. President. So yung pong ilang mga kumpanya na hinahanap at tinatanong po sa atin ng ating kasamahan dito sa Senado, the gentleman from Valenzuela, may mga nakuha po tayo during the TWG, kagaya po noong Power Source First Bulacan Solar Incorporated, yung pong Solar Philippines Tarlac Corp, at yung pong San Buenaventura Power Limited, Mr. President. At ito pong tatlo na ito, again, I can only talk about during what happened in the TWG, ang total contract capacity nila is only 590 megawatts. I was given a note now, Mr. President, that there are 17 entities directly owned by Meralco, partly generation, distribution, supply of powers, and most of which are complementary services being offered, whether it's in engineering sector, telecommunications, and payment, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I downloaded from the internet a structure of Meralco and the corporate structure. And based on this corporate structure, it has 22 subsidiaries, Mr. President, of which 12 it owns 100%, Mr. President. So this is the structure that we downloaded. And there are 22.
Mr. President, I was just told that the 17 entities that was given to this representation, ito po yung directly owned, Mr. President. So if it grew to parang another 3 or 4, the gentleman from Valenzuela is talking about, parang hindi na po directly owned nila. So yun po yung ibinibigay sa akin information from our resource persons, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. Well, definitely between 17 to 22 subsidiaries. A lot of these subsidiaries are, or 12.
At least 17 are directly owned, Mr. President.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're correct, Mr. President. And Mr. President, of this, well, the ones I have is 22, but the ones you mentioned, 17. How many of these 17 are generation companies, Mr. President?
How many 17 daw are GenCos of the 17?
How many of the 17 are
And isa lang po yung MGen, Mr. President, but yung Meralco Power Gen kasi has
it's a rest?
several power plants, Mr. President. Is that so parang from that particular MGen, may several power plants, subsidiaries, totaling to about more or less mga... So tatlo lang. I cannot say that.
So MGen, Mr. President, is the sole subsidiary
Yes.
engaged in power generation, Mr. President. The other subsidiaries can see are service providers. Some of them are
13 yung existing under it. Mr.
solution
President,
providers.
yeah, Mr. President, just to put on record, under MGen, Mr. President, there are 13 power plants, Mr. President, that I can actually name some, Mr. President. We have San Buenaventura, Power Source First Bulacan, Solar Philippines, Tarlac Corp, Solar Philippines Calatagan, Philippine Renewables Inc., Nuevo Solar Energy Corporation, Global Business Power Corp. You have Mariveles Power Gen, Pacific Light Power, and others, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. And Mr.
We
President,
can give you a copy, Mr.
yes,
President, of this.
yes, Mr. President, I would like to receive a copy. And Mr. President, what is the total capacity of all of those power plants, Mr. President?
Please allow us, Mr. President, some time to compute, Mr. President.
Of MGen, Mr. President? How much is the total capacity?
13
To date.
Mr. President, may I ask for a minute suspension, Mr. President?
Session
Mr.
suspended.
President, and just to put on record, Mr. President, as the gentleman from Valenzuela is asking about the attributable capacity of Meralco on the MGen, Mr. President, that would be 1,545.90 megawatts, Mr. President. The
1,000.
total, yes, 1,545.90 megawatts. That's the attributable capacity of Meralco on MGen, Mr. President. But the gross, Mr. President, capacity is 2,588.70 megawatts. Now, the net of the entire, Mr. President, because they are just a portion, Mr. President, owners of that MGen, Mr. President, ang net po is 2,404.20 megawatts. Now, what is more interesting, Mr. President, is that Pacific Light, Mr. President, which is based in Singapore, Mr. President. Doon po sa attributable capacity na 1,545.90 megawatts, 481 po dito megawatts ay nasa Singapore. Doon naman po sa gross na 2,588.70, 830 megawatts po ay nasa Singapore din. Yung sa neto ng 2,404.20 megawatts, 800 naman po ay nasa Singapore po, yung 800 megawatts, Mr. President.
All right. So, Mr. President, what we're saying is the capacities here in the Philippines, if we base it on gross, is about 1,700 megawatts. Is that correct, Mr. President?
Yes, Mr. President, that would be the difference between the gross capacity of 2,588.70 megawatts minus the 830 megawatts na napupunta ho dun sa Singapore.
Okay. Mr. President, what is the definition of attributable? What is the definition?
That is the equivalent ownership, Mr. President, attributable to
okay.
Meralco, Mr. President.
So you prorated the capacity?
Yes, Mr. President, from the total capacity that it's producing.
Yeah, but
based
that's
on the shareholders.
I
Mr.
think it's quite confusing to do that because a plant, even though you own 60%, when you sell power, you sell the entire capacity. You don't only sell your 60%, Mr. President. You sell the
Definitely, I
100%.
agree with you, Mr. President. I get where you're coming from.
Okay, Mr. President, thank you for that, Mr. President. And I understand also, Mr. President, that there's now a pending transaction between Meralco, Aboitiz, and San Miguel, Mr. President. And may I know the status of that transaction, Mr. President?
Mr. President, the information that was shared to us by our resource person is in the affirmative, Mr. President, when you talk about the consortium, Mr. President, of Meralco, San Miguel, and Aboitiz, Mr. President.
And Mr.
This is still pending, Mr. President, the approval of the Philippine Competition Commission, Mr. President.
And Mr. President, assuming the transaction will push through, what will be the equity ownership of Meralco in that plant, Mr. President?
Under Right now, Mr. President, again, it's still pending under the Philippine Competition Commission, but we were told, Mr. President, that if this will push through, 67% will be for Meralco. 67% will be for Meralco and Aboitiz, and then the remaining will be for San Miguel. So
Mr.
right
President-
now, Mr. President, pending the PCC approval, we have, I got this now, Mr. President. I got this breakdown, Mr. President. 40.2% will be for Meralco, 33.3% will be for San Miguel, and 26.5% will be for Aboitiz, Mr.
Okay,
President.
Mr. President. So, Mr. President, Meralco will own 40% of the new company, Mr. President.
That is the
Short.
the initial, Mr. President, and still pending the approval of the Philippine Competition Commission, Mr. President.
And Mr. President, what will be the total capacity of that new entity, Mr. President?
Right now, Mr. President, I'm being told that the total capacity would be about 2,400 megawatts, Mr. President.
2,400 megawatts. So in other words, Mr. President, after the transaction, even though Meralco will be not a majority shareholder, but the total capacity of the power plants
After that, ilan na?
owned by MGen will be 3,100, Mr. President.
Tama? 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 That would be
1,700 in the Philippines, we're talking about in the
Kasi
Philippines
babangga
only.
niya yung-
So
yung
1,700
net.
plus 3,100.
That's
Mr. President.
1,700.
Plus two
Yeah,
thousand
plus
four hundred.
2,400. 4,163,
So
Mr. President. megawatts.
4,153, Mr. President.
4,163 megawatts, Mr.
So,
President.
Mr. President, that's already half of the 50% limit that you mentioned earlier, Mr. President, because the total demand of Meralco is 8,000, and the new entity, the capacity of the new entity is about 4,100. So that's already half of the maximum allowable power supply for a utility, Mr.
I
President.
agree, Mr. President, and that is also based on the actual number right now. But I think the gentleman from Valenzuela would also agree that as time goes by, the demand for electricity will increase. And
Correct.
so the denominator will also grow, Mr. President.
Yes, correct, Mr.
But
President.
you are correct, Mr. President, and we still live by and uh, continue to submit to the law that we passed, the EPIRA law, which is 50%, Mr. President.
Correct, correct. That's correct, Mr. President. Well, Mr. President, I raised this concern during the TWG that because MGen is a wholly owned subsidiary of Meralco, and MGen is also growing from 1,700 right now. Later on, when the new acquisition will come in, it will grow to about 4,100 megawatts in terms of capacity. And of course, this capacity has to go somewhere.
Yes.
You have to sell this capacity, Mr. President. And we also established that since Meralco is the biggest utility in the Philippines, commanding half of the total demand, it's just logical that this capacity, these new capacities will enter the Meralco franchise, Mr. President, because it's the biggest utility in the country, Mr. President. And my concern, Mr. President, is the perceived conflict of interest, Mr. President, because Meralco being the buyer, and then under your subsidiary is the seller, there's now this perceived conflict of interest because obviously you want your capacity to be sold as much as you can, as fast as you can, and as interrelated as you can, because it's all interrelated as of this point, Mr. President. And I voiced out that concern because now we're actually reducing competition instead of enhancing competition, Mr. President. So what is the safeguard that this subsidiary, MGen in particular, will not be given special treatment in terms of selling their power supply, Mr. President?
Thank you, Mr. President. First of all, let me put into the records of this August chamber that I share the sentiment of the gentleman from Valenzuela, and this was also this representation's concern in the very first day of the hearing. And then in the TWG, Mr. President, we also raised this very important issue, Mr. President. Let me put on record, Mr. President, that we were told, I was just told, Mr. President, that despite the fact that even if the PCC will approve the interest of these three major players, Mr. President, doon po sa mapoproduce nila na total megawatts, Mr. President, 1,763 megawatts will be sold to Meralco. Yun lang po yung pwede daw ibenta sa Meralco. I was just told, no? Not all from the 1,763 megawatts na may puproduce ay hindi po may bebenta sa Meralco. That's number one, Mr. President. Number two, Mr. President, and I've been hearing this quite a while. Every time I ask questions, Mr. President, even during the TWG, that everything that they do would be under the scrutiny of the Energy Regulatory Commission. Now, the question that was raised, Mr. President, is what steps or processes we are taking in this committee report to ensure that Meralco would provide electricity in the least cost. Mr. President, Meralco is mandated to source electricity from GenCos with the least cost possible to minimize what will be passed on to and paid by end users. And as a distribution utility, yung primary objective, as always, would be to lower the generation charge. Mr. President, mayroon pong pinopromote ang Meralco, yung openness and the competition for its power supply agreements between a distribution utility and GenCo. may ilang steps po sila na ibinigay sa atin. Una, yung the conduct of competitive selection process requires bidding. I'm sure the gentleman from Valenzuela is aware of this, yung invitation to observers, posting of DOE-approved power supply, procurement plant, etc. while they are live streaming the process. Pangalawa po, yung application ng Meralco for the application of the power supply agreements resulting from the CSP, Mr. President, no? So again, yan po ay dadaan sa Energy Regulatory Commission. Kailangan maaprubahan po ito. At stakeholders kasama din po yung mga sangguniang panlunsod, mayors, etc. and the consuming public. Furnished copies of the application will be given to them, notices ng mga hearings, etc. And they are also informed, Mr. President, and given the access to intervene or oppose such joint application subject to filing of appropriate intervention or opposition, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President, for elaborating some of the safeguards as well as the mechanism for competition to ensure that a level playing field is being implemented so that power plants, even not related to Meralco, can participate in the supply of electricity. From a governance standpoint, Mr.
Mr. President,
President.
may I also put into the records yung CSP is applicable to all, whether you are affiliate or non-affiliate. Ito po yung binabanggit ng Meralco sa atin to promote transparency and accountability, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. From a governance standpoint, Mr. President, how is Meralco ensuring that its affiliate, or in this case, its subsidiary, does not get any special treatment in terms of supply, Mr. President? From a governance standpoint, what has Meralco implemented?
Mr. President, there was a case, Mr. President, when MGen actually lost the CSP, Mr. President. It had happened before, and it's also due to the mechanisms provided that there will be transparency, Mr. President, and that the least cost of power, yung kukunin po nila, Mr. President.
Well, Mr. President, during the TWG, I remember that Meralco raised as a defense that MGen is a separate company, a separate juridical company.
Mr. President, may I just ask if we can make it louder, Mr. President? 'Cause I couldn't
Volume.
hear much, Mr. President, especially with a lot of people behind me talking, or if I may move that we adjourn the other session, Mr. President, I'd be very happy, Mr.
Request
President.
the people from the gallery to please settle down because we are having sessions here. Sergeant at Arms, please. Please settle down. May proceed.
Yes, sorry, Mr. President, if the gentleman from Valenzuela can repeat the question.
Yeah,
Mr. President.
just to repeat, Mr. President, I remember during the TWG that Meralco emphasized that MGen is a separate juridical entity, Mr. President. And that's one of the defense that it operates independently, so to speak, from Meralco. We have to remember, Mr. President, that Meralco is the one applying for the franchise, but underneath it has 22 subsidiaries, Mr. President, one of which is a generation company. And Mr. President, we were looking at yes, it's correct that MGen is a separate juridical entity, but we looked at the decision makers, Mr. President, the board of directors. And if you look at the board of directors of Meralco and the board of directors of MGen, 8 of them are similar personalities, Mr. President. So MGen obviously the board who represents the shareholders and the owners will maximize profits by selling as much as you can. No? Especially if you have 4,100 megawatts, MGen will definitely sell as much as it can of those 4,100 megawatts. Meralco, being the buyer, will now be the obvious customer for this 4,100 megawatts, Mr. President. And if you have the same shareholders and the same board members, Mr. President, obviously there is now this perceived conflict of interest. No? On the other side, I'm a buyer. On the other side, I'm a seller. And to maximize your profits, obviously you can just sell it to yourself so that you can maximize profits and maximize your investment, Mr. President. So this is a concern, Mr. President, that I raised during the TWG, because even at the corporate governance level, seems to me that the conflict is quite pronounced, Mr. President. More so that it is a subsidiary. So it's beholden to its mother company, Mr. President. So that's why we're very careful, because what we want is to enhance competition, not to lessen or degrade competition, Mr. President. So that is the concern that I'm raising, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. And again, I think the gentleman from Valenzuela knew very well where this representation is coming from. And even during the technical working group that lasted almost the whole day, Mr. President, this has been our focus, Mr. President. And your guess is as good as mine, Mr. President. We are more than willing to accept amendments and fine-tune the committee report if we can do something else, Mr. President. But let me put on record, Mr. President, that again, the competitive selection process have independent directors, and it ensures, Mr. President, that that the process is being scrutinized and transparent. The Department of Energy will be there to approve the process. Another layer to enable to ensure transparency and prevent such abuses that the gentleman from Valenzuela is sharing with us, Mr. President. But again, Mr. President, I am more than willing to listen and accept, Mr. President, if there are other safeguards that we can use to prevent ito pong mga concerns na ibinibigay sa atin ng ating kasamahan dito sa Senado.
But Mr. President, I do acknowledge that there is the CSP, which is supposed to be open to all who are interested in supplying Meralco, Mr. President. But if you, in short, Mr. President, kung ikaw yung may-ari ng bumibili at ikaw rin may-ari ng bebenta, no, at may decision ka kung saan mo bibilin, at may decision ka saan mo bebenta, yung temptation, Mr. President, is so heavy that you would want to sell it to yourself so that you maximize profit, especially if you have capacities such as 4,100 megawatts. Mr. President, that's why I said it's perceived, no?
Yeah.
A perceived
Yes,
conflict
Mr.
of
President.
interest.
Thank you for raising that, and I think it's legitimate. I think the public should know about it. And Mr. President, we were told that the price of CSP is determined, Mr. President, with the all the stakeholders present. They cannot dictate on the price. The Energy Regulatory Commission and the Department of Energy actually penalized, Mr. President, ito pong mga anti-competitive behavior. But again, I understand where the gentleman from Valenzuela is coming from. I share his views. And if we can do something else, Mr. President, to strengthen our position, that it be more competitive, more transparent, Mr. President. Again, this representation is more than willing to accept and even review, Mr. President. If the gentleman would call for a review of our EPR law, I am more than willing also to join his call, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, actually, I raised this concern with the former DOE Secretary, and this is in relation to the November 1, 2023 CSP bidding, Mr. President, of a required contracting capacity or required contract capacity of 1,800. And in the TOR, Mr. President, you know, when temptation is heavy, there's this temptation to game the process, Mr. President. So I raised this, Mr. President, during the November 1, 2023 bidding. And we saw in the TOR, for example, one of the requirements is a single or portfolio of plants, provided that the power plants should be commercial operations not earlier than January 2020, but not later than May 2025. So, Mr. President, in that sense, you're already limiting competition, Mr. President, because you're prescribing what age the power plants are eligible, Mr. President. And if you look at that age, you know, between 2020 to 2025, you're only talking about 4 power plants, Mr. President, that will be eligible. So in other words, yes, the CSP is there, but if you eliminate competition from the onset using the TOR, Mr. President, then that's a form of gaming the system, Mr. President. I'm not saying this is, of course, the ruling here is different, but what I'm saying is there's so many ways to game the system, Mr. President, because the temptation is quite heavy. And again, if you are the owner of the plant, the most obvious action there is to buy the entire capacity, eliminate the other competition, Mr. President. That's the point I'm trying to make, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. I totally agree actually with everything that you mentioned, Mr. President. It's just that at the end of the day, I'm being given the same answer, Mr. President, that everything is in order. The government, through the ERC and the Department of Energy, is always there to check on them. And
Tapusin ko na. Ito na lang yung last. Yes, Mr. President, I know.
I'm being...
I know that the TOR will go through the DOE, Mr. President, and if they have comments, they will not publish the TOR, Mr. President. But then again, the DOE is also...
Mr. President, may I ask, Mr. President, if the gentleman from Valenzuela is talking about the Greenfield power projects? Is that it?
This is the 1,800 megawatt requirement, Mr. President.
Yes, Mr. President, we came across this particular subject matter, Mr. President, and at the outset, we wish to provide clarification that according to the franchise grantee, yung pong 1,800 megawatt CSP was a rebidding of the
Yes,
1,800,
Yes,
no?
I-
Where Meralco aligned with the DOE's policy to encourage the development of greenfield power. Mr. President, yung new power generation capacity, to provide additional power generation capacity, ito ho yung dahilan kung bakit Meralco designed its 1,800 megawatt CSP for greenfield power plants. Now, the terms of preference requiring plants to be in commercial operation not later than January 2020 were reviewed and approved po by DOE in both the 2021 CSP and its rebidding in November 2023, Certificate of Conformity number 2023-10-002. So it's important to note, Mr. President, that this requirement did not exclude other or older plants outright. As Meralco conducted a separate 1,200 megawatt CSP for brownfield plants around the same time, and ensuring that all power suppliers, whether operating new or existing plants, had an equal opportunity to participate. Mr. President, yung Meralco strictly, as I'm being told here, they strictly adhere, Mr. President, to its least cost mandate and ensures transparency and fairness in all CSPs to DOE and ERC oversight, competitive bidding, and independent evaluations. But again, at the end of the day, Mr. President, it is up to Congress to come up with a framework or a provision that would ensure, Mr. President, that at the end of the day, our concerns are addressed. And again, for the end time, let me place on record that I agree with the sentiments and the issues being raised by the gentleman from Valenzuela.
Thank you, Mr. President. And Mr. President, the point I'm trying to make, and maybe you Sharon is here. Last question, can the DOE disapprove a TOR?
Follows the procurement plan. We don't disapprove the, as long as yung procurement plan.
They can only review, Mr. President,
Correct.
being told by you section, they can only review about the procurement plan,
It follows the procurement plan. So
whether or not they followed
parang it's in consonance with the power supply procurement.
that they follow dun sa power supply procurement plan,
Yes,
Mr.
Mr.
President.
President, but they cannot,
That's all they can actually do. I'm a bit surprised, Mr.
correct,
President.
that's why they cannot disapprove a TOR, correct? Once it's submitted to DOE, they can only make comments and then it will go back to be adjusted, but it cannot disapprove a TOR. They can only adjust, make comments, and the TOR will only adjust.
I'm being told that they can ask also for revision, but I'm now being confused, Mr. President, by the answers also being given to me, whether or not they have the power to turn it down.
No, no, Mr. President.
Whether or not they can turn it down or just review and then ask them to may I ask for a minute suspension, Mr. President? I'm a bit confused.
Session